Welcome into Cookeville High School, one side of the District 7 3A Boys Tournament Consolation and Championship games. It's Championship Tuesday in the Upper Cumberland. Moments away from tip-off in our consolation game as the Stowe Memorial Panthers look to get to 3-0 on the season against the White County Warriors. I'm Noah McKay on the call in the Upper Cumberland Generators broadcast booth. Ella Fox on the sidelines. Cameron Hughes producing things for us live on the main UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the NFHS network. White County is the 4 seed in this tournament. They're coming off an 84-38 loss to the 1 seed Upperman Bees. Stowe Memorial at 17-9, coming off their first loss of the season against their rival Cumberland County. That was 49-47 on Saturday. Two coaches with very different experience levels in district tournaments. Longtime White County head coach Eric Mitchell, first-year Stowe Memorial head coach Jess Raby. Both of them caught up with our Ella Fox earlier. Ella, welcome in. What do these two coaches have to say?
Well, Jess Raby and the Panthers are coming off a disappointing loss this past weekend, but Raby is wanting his offense to have a bounce back this game. Now, talking to Coach Mitchell, he knows the task that they have at hand is a difficult one, especially with the height difference. He knows this team is going to have to play a good game of basketball. Back to you, Noah.
Stowe Memorial controlled the first two meetings, a 70-47 victory in Sparta, a 70-50 victory in Crossville. But as we've seen in this tournament on the boys and girls side, the first two meetings mean nothing. It's the sharp-shooting White County Warriors led by Cole Sims and Tucker Pinion against the tall, as Jess Raby and Eric Mitchell talked about, Stowe Memorial Panthers. Briggs Lau at 6'7", towers over everybody over the floor. Jack Cordell as well. 3 different All-Upper Cumberland second-team members and 2 members of the All-Upper Cumberland defensive team are on the floor in this contest. Let us know in the comment section who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Our first game tonight is presented by Mayberry's Furniture. Our second game coming up next, the championship game. How about the Cumberland County Jets taking on the defending state champion Upperman Bees? That'll be 15 minutes after the conclusion of this game. We'll keep an eye on the 8-3A district tournament. Their championship game will match up the winners and losers of this game. That championship game is Macon County against DeKalb County. The third place game there is Watertown and Murfreesboro Central Magnet. So the loser of this game gets the winner of Macon County and DeKalb, and the loser will get the winner of that game. On the other side, we'll have our quality family starting lineups and all the action. It's the consolation game between White County and Stowe Memorial. Coverage presented by Mayberry's Furniture, and you're watching it on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this 3-bed, 2-bathroom home in the desirable Poplar Point subdivision in Rickman. This home sits on just under an acre with a 2-car garage and over 1,500 square feet of living space. It's the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media. Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at tupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. T-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services, right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality family, trusted care, right where life happens.
It's our consolation game, pitting the White County Warriors against the Stone Memorial Panthers in the District 7 3A tournament. And let's get to the Quality family starting lineups in this game. First for the White County Warriors, the 4 seed in this tournament under head coach Eric Mitchell with a record of 19 victories and 9 losses. Starting tonight for the Warriors, back in the starting lineup, good to see. Number 00, Mason Steele. Number 2, Lucas Smith. Number 3, Tucker Pinion. Number 10, Jack Carpenter. And number 15, Cole Sims. Their opponents tonight, the Stone Memorial Panthers, the 2 seed in this tournament, under first-year head coach Jess Raby with a record of 17 victories and 9 losses. Starting for the Panthers tonight, number 4, Evan Mosley. Number 10, Tanner Bowman. Number 11, Hunter Haney. Number 12, Jack Cordell. And number 23, Briggs Lau. Opponents, or starters rather, once again for the Warriors, Steele, Smith, Pinion, Carpenter, and Sims. And for the Panthers, it's Mosley, Bowman, Haney, Cordell, and Lau. Sparta, the road team, on the scoreboard there in the gray uniforms and shorts, maroon numbers and letters outlined in white trim with Sparta across the chest. Stone in their home, white uniforms, white shorts, black numbers and letters outlined in gold trim. Panthers across the chest with the black and gold stripe down the side. Our lead official, Mr. Gary Tinsley, walks the ball in. It'll be Briggs Lau against Cole Sims. Sims almost got it, but Lau skies up, and we are underway. Let's get it on here in the third place game of the 7-3A tournament. Tanner Bowman has it in the front court here. Bowman tosses it over left wing side, and it's immediately turned over. Tucker Pinion comes away for White County ahead to Smith. Now quick trigger 3 for Carpenter. No rebound down. Bowman wrestles it away. Empty trips both ways as Briggs Lau will bring it up. Lau sends it across to Bowman. Stone really dominated the 2 regular season meetings. Here's Hunter Haney with it. Fakes the handoff to Mosley. Now will give to Bowman. Bowman kicks back Mosley. Mosley sends it over to Haney. Haney to Lau. Lau off a screen. Now dumps it over to Haney. Little pick and roll, and we are underway scoring-wise. Hunter Haney gets it started with the 2. It is Sparta basketball here in the front court. They'll work it over left side with Smith. Now to Steele. Really was scared when Steele went down at York that this season may be over. It is not, as Pinion misses the layup inside, and Lau comes with the rebound. Very good to see Mason Steele back on the floor for Eric Mitchell's team. Now in the front court, here's Jack Cordell. Second team All-Upper Cumberland for the second straight year. He'll bounce it over now back to Briggs Lau. Lau, he's also on that team and on the all-defensive team. He goes into Cordell. Cordell now back Haney over to Lau. Lau will swing it to Evan Mosley. Mosley off a Lau's screen, lines up the 3 and hits. Evan Mosley splashes home the Quality family 3, and it is 5-0. Strong start for the Panthers. They've been looking for this, had a couple of slow starts in a row against Cumberland County and back against York last Saturday. Here's Tucker Pinion with it. He'll send it over to Cole Sims. Sims lines up the 3 and rattles it home. Cole Sims with a Quality family 3. And the answer for White County there on the board. Bowman to Lau. Lau dumps it ahead to Bowman. Now numbers over to Cordell. Jack Cordell out of the corner for 3. No rebound. Tipped by Haney right to Bowman. Nice play. He'll give to Mosley. Mosley drives inside. Now skips it over to Haney. Hunter Haney's corner 3 is also not good. Rebound. Lau snatches it out of the air. He'll fire it across to Cordell. Cordell back to Haney. Pass fake towards Bowman. Now gives back to Cordell. Jack Cordell on the drive. He picks up, bounces to Evan Mosley, who lines up the 3 and hits. Evan Mosley with his second Quality family triple, and it's 8-3. Stone Memorial in rhythm early offensively, and when they've missed, they've gotten after it on the glass. Here's Pinion. He gives back to Steele. Steele works it across to Cole Sims. It is a dead gym. There is not a lot of energy in here right now as Tucker Pinion has it, gives back to Lucas Smith. We'll see if that changes in our championship game as Cumberland County comes in trying to surprise some people and give a fight to the Upperman Bees. Smith over left side off a screen, now drives inside on Bowman, skies up and lays it in. Lucas Smith with the 2. And it is 5-8. Left side, Mosley again. Now he'll head fake and drive. Throws up a contested shot. No, got his own rebound. He'll bounce it back to Lau, who tried to bank it in. No, tip and a foul. Briggs Lau will go to the Real Estate Collective free throw line for the first time. They get the foul on Mason Steele. It is his first foul of the game. Comes 3 minutes and 17 seconds in. The big man, Briggs Lau. Able to hit on the front end of 2. And he goes 2 for 2. Nice touch, as he really can do it all. Finishes inside, can shoot from outside, as Smith gives to Pinion. Now right side, top of the key. On the drive is Steele. Slams the break, spins, contorts over Loud. No. Smith on the rebound. Second chance. Lucas turnaround jumper. No. Steele again, and he is fouled. Counted in 1. Tough finish for Mason Steele, and now I think we're going to have a technical foul. So the 2 is going to count, and we'll sort this out. The foul goes on Hunter Haney. It'll be an and 1, and we have a technical foul on Mason Steele. So this will be 1 free throw for Steele and then 2 free throws and the ball on the other side for Stone Memorial. I'm not sure what happened down there, but the official comes over and tells Eric Mitchell, and Eric Mitchell doesn't seem to have a problem with it. Steele misses the free throw. So big early development there. Steele will now have to be careful. You pick up a second and you're forced to miss the next 2 games. It's 10-7, but Briggs Lau is going to go to the line to shoot 2 on the other side. Free throw is good for Lau. Now he's gone 3 for 3 in the past minute or so. Next one is no good. And it's 11-7 with 4:23 to go in the first quarter. Stone basketball, as these 2 teams try to generate their own energy. Right now it is quiet, to say the least, here at Cookeville High School. Bowman tosses it right side to Lau. Lau back to Mosley. Again, squares up, and that one's no good. Rebound, Sims has it, and here they come in transition. Cole Sims wasting no time. Sims has it poked from behind, out of play, and it's going to stay on this end with White County. Nearing the midway point of the first quarter, it's 11-7 Stone in front. 3rd place on the line in this one. Pass right side to Tucker Pinion. Pinion steps back, sends it over right side Sims. Both teams know they're going on the road on Saturday, as Sims drives and is fouled by Bowman. That'll be the first on Tanner Bowman's 2nd team foul on the Panthers. Pinion to inbound from the baseline here for Sparta. Fires in Carpenter. Now back out. Smith goes on Lau. Hesitates, spins, finds Carpenter. He'll line up the 3. Can't hit. Rebound Lau. Stone takes it away. Here they come again. Tanner Bowman. Outlet feed to Mosley. Mosley out of the corner. Picks up his dribble. Fires it back out Bowman. Now around to Haney. Into Lau. Sims trying to body up Briggs Lau. He turns baseline. Now dumps it off to Cordell, but he missed the lay. Little Bunny doesn't go. Sims on the rebound, and here comes White County. Smith into the front court. He'll hand off to Pinion. Pinion out of Carpenter. Carpenter back out. Now they'll fire it over right side for Sims. Sims crosses and picks up. Now he'll dump it back Carpenter. Back to Pinion from a mile away. Tucker Pinion can't hit. Rebound Mosley. 11-7 still. Stone with a 4-point lead. 3 to play in the first quarter. Here's Haney on the right side. He gives back Bowman. Now across to Cordell. Cordell fires into Lau. Now Pinion picks him up. Lau turns and dishes it out. That one's high, but Bowman able to keep it in bounds. Bowman gives back to Lau. Lau across to Mosley. Mosley off the left wing goes to Hunter Haney in the corner. Now in Cordell. Jack Cordell picks up his dribble. Skips it back. Haney. Haney on the drive. He'll dump it back. Bowman. His three's on the way and no good. Both teams have gone cold. Cole Sims trying to force the issue as he picks up, able to fire it ahead, but it's intercepted by Mosley. Here comes Evan Mosley with a head of steam, swiped away from him, went off the official right to Lau. Right place, right time for Briggs Lau, and Eric Mitchell wants timeout to talk about things here. To be a tee-up timeout on the floor. 13-7 our score with 2:18 to go in the first. 3 games live across the network right now over on UCR2. It's the single-A consolation game between Clark Range and Clay County. Craig Cantrell has your action there alongside Colin Castleberry. Jacob Vinson is back at Coffee County tonight, where he's becoming a familiar visitor. The Cookeville Cavaliers battling with Coffee County for 3rd place there. That is an important consolation game. Coming up here, we have our championship game on UCR2, a big one. Pickett County, Jackson County, round number 3. Craig and Colin will have it for you there. Cole Sims to bring it up out of the timeout called by Eric Mitchell. Now left side he goes to Smith. Smith thinks about it. Now he'll shoot the 3. Too strong. Rebound punch right to Norris, who's in. Colton Norris puts it up and in. Norris started the last 2 games in Steele's absence. It's 13-9. Sparta back within 4. Here's Briggs Lau. Lau tosses it over to Mosley. His triple on the way. No. Rebound down. Grab by Norris. Ahead is Tucker Pinion. Pinion into the front court. Off the dribble, lines up the 3 and rains it home. Tucker Pinion from downtown. When he gets hot, watch out. It's a quality family 3 and Sparta's within a point. Mosley dumps it over right side Van Winkle. Charlie Van Winkle's mid-range jumper won't go. Rebound Mosley, big collision, we play on. Mosley gives back Bowman. Bowman bounces it over to Briggs Lau. He'll line up the triple and hits. Briggs Lau with a quality family 3. Both teams finding their rhythm from long range in the opening quarter, and it's 16-12. Here's Jack Carpenter. He gives to Colt Norris. Norris across to Smith. Smith off the dribble, surveys, steps through, and left-hand lay. Little English on it. It's good. Lucas Smith back to a 2-point game, 16-14. Lau sends it over to Bowman. Bowman bounces for Hunter Haney. Fakes to Van Winkle, now back to Bowman. Bowman on the drive, he'll skip it over to Briggs Lau. Lau has it poked, gathers, dumps it off Van Winkle. He'll line up the 3 and hits. Charlie Van Winkle with a quality family 3. This is ridiculous. Both teams just red hot from long range. It's 19-14. That is the 4th 3 of the quarter for Stone Memorial. Sparta has 2 more, and now Cole Sims is going to hold for a final shot. Sims looks up towards the scoreboard. It's fairly far away here in Cookeville. Sims against Bowman. Gives back Carpenter. 3 seconds for Jack Carpenter. Step back 3 blocked. Evan Mosley on the block. It'll stay with Sparta with 0.7 seconds to go. Enough time for a catch and shoot, but first, Jess Rabies and a couple of subs to the table. Didn't see him at first. It'll be Potter, Hennessy, and Cordell in for a Haney, Bowman, and Lau. Maybe. No, Cordell's going to check back out. There's 6 on the floor for Stone. Inbound goes to Sims. He lines up the 3. This would count, but it's just short. That brings us to the end of 1. Stone Memorial 19, White County 14. This is the District 7 3A consolation game presented by Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Box Drop Cookeville is the easiest way to buy an affordable mattress, specializing in clearance and closeouts directly from the manufacturers. They're able to pass huge savings on to you. Make an appointment to see their warehouse full of selections including big-name hybrid and memory foam alongside traditional springs that are among some of the coolest to touch mattresses on the market. Call Brandon Lane at 931-349-7066 to make your appointment today. Box Drop Cookeville has been proud to serve Cookeville since 2018. Surfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Stone Memorial leads Sparta 19-14 after one here at Cookeville High School. Consolation game of the District 7-3A tournament. Griffin Adams into the game. He'll bounce it over to Cole Sims. Sims through the mid-range gives back to Norris. Over to Adams, right wing side. Noah McKay, Ella Fox, and Cameron Hughes along with you as Tucker Pinion lines up another three and hits. Tucker Pinion with his second long ball of the game. And it's back to a 2-point gap, 19-17. Two teams that do it in different ways, battling for their third time. Stone 2-0 with two convincing wins so far, but everything can change in 32 minutes. Three misses for Van Winkle, and here comes Pinion again. Is it time for the heat check? He'll get back to Sims. Sims skips over to a wide open Colton Norris. Can't hit, but Sims right there for the tip, and we're tied. Cole Sims has 5 points now, and we're 19-19. A quick 5-0 burst in the opening minute for the Warriors of White County. Pass intercepted. Norris picks it off, gives to Sims. He's going to line up the three. Can't hit too strong. Pinion on the rebound. Turnaround put back. No. Rebound loose again. This time Sims has it. Sparta with new energy as Adams has it off the wing. Gives back to Pinion. Thought about it. Instead steps back. Underhand feed for Sims. Sims jabs, drives, contorts, and hits. Timeout time for Jess Raby as Cole Sims lays it in. And how about 7 points in the opening minute and 24 seconds for the White County Warriors, who now lead 21-19. Score updates on the Nick's Restaurant scoreboard. After one, Coffee County leads Cookeville 18-14. Clark Range leads Clay County 12-9. Consolation games there. Championship matchups coming up later on this evening. Stone needs some energy. Right now, Sparta's come out with a haymaker. Hit a three. And a couple of twos for Cole Sims, getting after it on the glass as well. And Stone goes from up 5 to down 2 in the blink of an eye. Here comes Tanner Bowman with it as Sparta again shows a new defensive look. Kind of sagging into their man-to-man. Caden Page into the game for the Panthers as Hunter Haney gives back to Briggs Lau. He had 8 in the first quarter. Lau dumps off to Haney, and he's fouled. Got hit on the arm on his way up. They're going to get Tucker Pinion on the personal that it's his first, team's first. Really not a lot of fouls so far, which is okay, I think, with everybody. There was one foul on Sparta, and it was a tech on Mason Steele in the first quarter as the free throw rattles home for Hunter Haney. Next one, good as well. 2 for 2 for Hunter Haney. And we're tied up at 21. Here's Tucker Pinion in the front court. Pinion gives over to Lucas Smith. Smith to Norris, top of the key. Norris across to Pinion. Bowman in his hip pocket. Pinion tries to separate. Nice crossover. Tucker then kicks it back to Adams. Back to Pinion. He will line up the deep three again. That one won't hit. Lau with the rebound for the Panthers, and here they come. Back to Tanner Bowman. 5:45 to play in the first half. Bowman bounces it into Haney. Haney feeds it back to Page with a step. Page hands off. Haney blocked. Tucker Pinion with a block. Sims with a great keep in, and here they come. Lucas Smith into the front court. Smith drives baseline underneath, blocked by Lau. Rebound down, and Jackson Bryson is into the game. Hasn't had too much action this season. Here comes Tanner Bowman. He'll give to Haney. Now Lau. Briggs Lau from downtown. That's no good off the heel, and it goes over the backboard. So it'll go to Sparta. (21-21). Here's Lucas Smith. Smith surveys, goes to work in the half court. Gives back to Sims. Cole Sims lines it up and hits. What a start offensively for Sparta. It's another quality family three, and it's 24-21 for the Warriors. Haney gives over to Page. Now right side Bowman. Bowman gives to Hunter Haney. Haney to Bryson. Now right side Lau. Lau bounces to Haney. Now Caden Page drives. Big collision. No call. Haney puts it up. Can't hit. Bodies hit the floor everywhere. Can't believe there's no whistle. Here's Cole Sims, and there is one as Tanner Bowman tries to cut him off. Bowman called for his second. Jess Raby is not happy at all with no call underneath. It could have been a charge, honestly. Certainly could have been a block either. Just take your pick, but they went with no call instead. Smith going to bring it up. Smith gives to Pinion. Now right side Adams. Colt Norris has it. Norris back to Smith. Now over to Sims. Cole Sims. He's feeling it. Can't hit that one, though. Bowman on the rebound. Here come the Panthers trailing by 3. Enter this quarter up 5. Lau with it. Bounces over Haney. Now Lau again. Thought about the long ball. Goes into Smith, who bodies him up. Back to Haney. Now to Caden Page. The prolific defensive back and wide receiver drives here and finger rolls it through. Caden Page with the 2. And it's 24-23, 3.5 to go in the second. Here's Sims. Sims off the dribble, pulls up in the mid-range. Can't hit, rebound. Griffin Adams comes away, second chance for Sparta. Here's Pinion. Left side Sims. Cole Sims on the drive, contorting lane, he's fouled. Cole Sims to the line to shoot 2 at the Rico free throw line. They get this one on Page, that is his first. The second team foul against Stone Memorial. First one for Cole is up and through. Cole Sims has 8 1/4, 11 1/2. As Mosley checks in for Bowman. Van Winkle also to the table. See who he's about to check in for. Sims goes 2 for 2 at the Rico free throw line. Van Winkle is in for Bryson. 26-23 with 3:15 to go in the second quarter. Stone won the 2 meetings in the regular season by 20+, 20 and 23. Today they're down. Here's Van Winkle. Back to Lau. Pinion right there. He gives back right side for Caden Page. Now Hunter Haney. Haney senses a lane, now kicks over to Lau. Lau drives baseline, spins, gets to the spot, but can't hit the lay. Pinion on the rebound. And now a foul. Lau just reaching in, trying to get it away from Pinion. That'll be his first, team's third. 26-23, Sparta with the lead. And the basketball. Here comes Smith. Smith gives to Cole Sims. Now across Tucker Pinion. Thought about it. State gives back to Norris. Now Sims. Sims activates, now kicks to Pinion. Great shot fake for Tucker. Defender goes jumping past, now Adams. Bounce back Tucker Pinion. Pinion sends it right side to Griffin Adams. Back out, that one intercepted. Taken away by Evan Mosley. Mosley now spins, puts it up, and he's fouled. Colt Norris commits his first, and this will be 2 for Evan Mosley at the Rico free throw line with 2:11 to go in the second quarter. Mosley flies and connects on the front end. Evan Mosley had 2 threes back in the first quarter. Now gets on the board in the second as Jack Carpenter checking in for Griffin Adams. Steele has not checked back in since that technical foul. It's been Colt Norris. Next one is good for Mosley. He goes 2 for 2, and it's a 1-point game with 2:11 to go in the first half. Cole Sims deliberately into the front court, back to Pinion. Now over to Smith. Smith Activates with the dribble, gives back to Pinion. Pinion dishes off to Sims. Sims jabs and checks up towards the clock. Still 1:45 to go in the half. Left side Pinion. Back to Norris from the top of the circle. Norris over to Sims. Quick trigger three. Up, can't hit. Rebound Hunter Haney. Here come the Panthers trying to regain the lead. Page gives to Haney. Now Van Winkle gonna line up the three. Can't hit. Rebound. Lau has it. Three gray jerseys around him. Dishes back Mosley. His three is good. Evan Mosley again. Another quality family three. It's his third of the half. And Stone now has regained the lead, 28-26. Here's Tucker Pinion with it. He'll bounce back to Colt Norris. Norris over to Sims. Back to Pinion. Now left side Carpenter. Sims. Top of the circle. This one grabbed by Smith. Lau steps towards Smith. 48 seconds to go in the second quarter. Sparta started strong. Stone's had the answer. Smith bleeding the clock down. Lau in front. Smith goes around. Back to Pinion. Sparta looks content to run this thing down. Over to Sims. As I always say, no shot clock. They're not putting it in tonight. Here comes the trap for Stone. Pass ahead. Now a little backdoor feed to Norris. Blocked, but a foul. Briggs Lau can't believe it. Question is, who's this on? Is it Lau? It's not. It's on Mosley. And Lau went, okay. he knew he got a clean block, but they call Mosley for the push. And Colt Norris will go to the Real Estate Collective free throw line for two. 24 and a half seconds to go as Norris rattles home the first. Next one, no good off the heel. Page has the rebound knocked out of his hands, and it'll stay with Stone. I have no idea what the argument is on there. It looked pretty clear. Here comes Caden Page. 20 seconds left to go in the half. Lau picks up, back to Page. Page has it poked from behind, but it went right to Lau. Now numbers for Briggs Lau. He dumps it over to Haney. Left-hand lay is good. Hunter Haney has 6 in the first half. And now Lau with the steal. The three, that's no good. Carpenter has the rebound, and that brings us to the end of 2 quarters of play. Stone Memorial rallies back and leads 30-27. Now we'll hear from their head coach as Jess Raby joins Ella Fox.
Coach, your team was able to gain that lead back right before going into halftime. How do you want to see that carry over into the next half?
I just want us to compete harder on the defensive end, on the glass. We gave up way too many offensive rebounds. We're assuming that they're going to make shots. We're not getting back into the play. We got to be more competitive, have a lot more energy. It's kind of dead in here. We need to create our own energy, have some respect for ourselves and how much work we've put in.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Noah.
Thanks, Ella and Coach Raby. 30-27, Stone Memorial with the lead over Sparta at the half in our consolation game, the District 7 3-8 tournament. Second half action on the other side. Coverage presented by Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Street pad adjoining the airstrip, while tracks 2 through 5 offer great access and lake views. You can bid on this auction at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends February 26th at 10 a.m. Amonette's Eagle Auction Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this 3-bed, 2-bathroom home in the desirable Poplar Point subdivision in Rickman. This home sits on just under an acre with a 2-car garage and over 1,500 square feet of living space. It's the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care right where life happens.
Box Drop Cookeville is the easiest way to buy an affordable mattress, specializing in clearance and closeouts directly from the manufacturers. They're able to pass huge savings on to you. Make an appointment to see their warehouse full of selections including big-name hybrid and memory foam alongside traditional springs that are among some of the coolest to touch mattresses on the market. Call Brandon Lane at 931-349-7066 to make your appointment today. Box Drop Cookeville has been proud to serve Cookeville since 2018. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Time for an abbreviated Happy Hiller halftime show at the break here in Cookeville. It's 30-27. Very interesting first half of basketball. It saw Stone race out to an early advantage. They led by 5 at the end of the first. Then an 8-0 run for White County early in the second quarter gave them the lead. Stone answered back late. And it's anybody's ball game at the break here in the consolation round of this tournament. For Stone Memorial, Evan Mosley led him with 11 points. He had 3 triples in that first half. Briggs Lau had 8 points all in the first quarter. Hunter Haney added 6. Charlie Van Winkle had 3. Caden Page with 2. Jack Cordell scoreless in the first half. On the other side, 12 points for Cole Sims, paces all scores. Tucker Pinion had 6, both coming off of long-range threes. Lucas Smith had 4, 3 for Colt Norris and 2 for Mason Steele. Steele also picked up a technical foul and they did not play again in the remainder of the first half, but he is out there to start the second. Winner of this game will be the 3 seed coming out of this district in next week's Region 4 3A tournament starting on Saturday, so I guess that's technically this week. The championship game there is Macon County against DeKalb County, and then the third place game in District 8 3A is Watertown and Central Magnet. More on that to come in our championship game, which will pit Upperman and Cumberland County against each other. Back underway here in the second half. Coverage presented by Mayberry's Furniture. Their President's Day extended through Saturday. Go in and mention UCR and get an extra 10% off markdowns throughout the store. As here comes Lucas Smith after a turnover. Smith sends it over to Steele. Head fake in the drive. Steele, contorting lay is good. Got a long break, back in rejuvenated, and we are a 1-point game again, 30-29. Bowman bounces to Hunter Haney. Haney back to Bowman. Bowman drives into the mid-range. He'll pull up, can't hit, rebound loose. Haney grabs it. Haney bounces over to Lau. Turnaround jumper is good. Nice touch for Briggs Lau, who becomes the second Panther to go into double figures. And it's 32-29. Here's Cole Sims with it. For Sparta, he'll give it over right side, Smith. Smith back to Steele. Now Pinion. Pinion goes right. Now underhand flips. Smith, fastball over to Carpenter. Carpenter gives back Smith. 6:49 to go in the third quarter. It is dead. There is no energy in this gym. I tell you when there's a lot. I'll tell you when there's not any. There is none right now here in Cookeville. It's on the teams to create it for themselves. As Smith steps through, puts it up, blocked partially. He gets it again. Smith between 2 towers. He'll kick it back out to Steele. Steele on the drive, contorting lay again. Mason Steele with 4 for White County. They're back within a point, 32-31, 6:21 to go in the third quarter. Haney gives over to Jack Cordell. Cordell still has not scored in this game so far. Looking to change that here, and he does. Jack Cordell right on cue from the elbow, rises up and puts it through. 6:05 to go in quarter number 3. It's 34-31. Pass right side, Sims. Sims to Steele. He'll toss it back, Pinion. Tucker with it, he gives back to Steele. Now Tucker. Stiff screen by Steele, and that pass was tipped a couple of times. It was last touched by Carpenter, so they'll go back to the Panthers with 5:47 to go in the third quarter. Some powder blue starting to fill in for the Jets. A lot of black and gold here for Upperman. Championship game coming up next. Lau kicks back. Mosley, open 3. No, off front iron. Rebound down Lau. Second chance for Stone. He'll give to Haney. Haney in the mid-range. Bounces for Cordell. Shoulders into Steele. Step through. Left-hand lay is good. You knew Jack Cordell wasn't going to get held down for long. He's got 4 in the quarter. Here's Smith. Decisive drive. Floats and puts it through. Lucas Smith has 6. Ahead it comes to Mosley. Now a skip feedback. Cordell into the low block for Lau. Lau turns, baseline, puts it up and in. Nice spin for Briggs Lau, who has 12. Stone's offense finding its footing now, 38-33, 4:55 to go in quarter number 3. Give to Pinion, now back Carpenter. 3 ball on the way. That's no good for Steele. Lau on another rebound. It does bear mentioning. Upperman enters this game tonight as a pretty big favorite. They're 2-0 against Cumberland County this year. The 3 seed, if they were to win, as a pass and a foul. I think Cole Sims going to be called for the reach here. That'll be his first. The 3 seed, if they were to win the first round of the region tournament, would then face Upperman in the second round, which is an elimination game. The 4 seed would not. They'd have a tough game or two as Lau puts it up and in. Briggs Lau with the lay. Now 14 for Briggs Lau. It's 40-33, and it's a timeout for Eric Mitchell as he wants 30 seconds to talk about things. It'll be a tee-up timeout on the floor. Good opportunity for some score updates on the Nick's Restaurant scoreboard. At the half, Clark Range leading Clay County in that consolation game in District 7 Single A, 34-21. Coffee County led Cookville 30-28 at the half. Both those games live across the network. Championship games coming up next. We mentioned the one here over on UCR2. It's going to be Pickett County, Jackson County. Jacob will have the action on NFHS Network as Lincoln County faces off with Shelbyville. Out of the timeout, White County looking for a spark, trailing by 7. Stone in rhythm offensively with Briggs Lau and Jack Cordell scoring all the points in the quarter so far for them. They've got 10 points in the opening 3.5 minutes between the two. Smith gives back to Steele. Steele on the drive, tied up, step through, fade away, tough shot, good. Mason Steele has 6 in the quarter. Now quick outlet feed to Evan Mosley. Mosley drives, puts it up, and he's fouled. I think Steele will be called for the personal. It will go on him. That is his 3rd. Team 2nd. Colton Norris is at the table, as is Noah Potter. Haven't seen much of Noah Potter tonight for Stone. The senior's at the table as the first free throw is good for Evan Mosley. He's got 12 points. As Norris checks in for Carpenter, and Potter is in for Hunter Haney. Next one for Mosley is good. 2 for 2 for Evan Mosley. It's 42-35. Panthers in front. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter as Smith sends it over to Pinion. Now Norris. Over to Smith. Now Pinion. Pinion weaving through traffic. Gives back Steele. Steele tripped up and called for a travel. Thought they could have gotten a foul there. They did not. Said it was incidental. Possession back to Stone. Steele's got to be careful. He already has 1 technical foul. It is not worth it to argue that call in this game. And Griffin Adams goes to the table. Bowman gives to Lau. Mosley off a screen away from the ball, goes into the corner, now back out to Lau. Stone trying to separate a little bit here. Won by 20 and 23 in the first two meetings. Different story so far tonight, much tighter affair. Mosley has it right side, now fires it into Cordell. Cordell, left-hand lay, blocked by Sims, and it comes down to Smith. A chance for Sparta, down 7 to get back into it. Here's Lucas Smith into the front court. Smith. Now over, driving his steal. He dumps back Smith. Smith creates space, falls away, no, and blocked out of Sims' hands by Briggs Lau. It'll stay with White County as Adams checks in for steal. 3 minutes to go in quarter number 3. It's 42-35. Pinion to inbound. He'll fire it over to Sims. Sims sizes up Lau, dumps back over. Adams back to Sims. Sparta could use one of their patented threes. Smith gonna try and give him one. He can't. Off the heel, rebound Sims. Second chance for White County. Sims spins, falls away, can't hit, rebound tipped. Fought for, and Cordell comes away with it for the Panthers. Here comes Jack Cordell. Into the front court, dumps over to Lau, lines it up. A double-digit Stone lead. Briggs Lau reigns home the quality family three. 9 in the quarter for Briggs Lau, and it's 45-35. Adams with it right side. Sims drives, skies, and is fouled. Cole Sims will go to the free throw line here, the Real Estate Collective free throw line, as they'll get Briggs Lau for his second personal. It is the team's first. Sims at the stripe. Converts the front end back to single digits. Cole Sims has 13 points. That's his first point of the third quarter so far. Next one for Sims. Gets the friendly roll. And it's 45-37, 2:12 to go in the third. Lau, quick on the outlet, reigns it home again. Briggs Lau is in rhythm. Another quality family three for the big man. Largest lead of the game for Stone. Here's Tucker Pinion. A miscommunication. He passed it as Smith went to cut. Possession back to the Panthers again. Sparta's going to have to be careful here. Bowman has it. Strong third quarter so far for Stone Memorial. Right side Lau again lines it up. He is unconscious. Briggs Lau with his third straight quality family three. A 14-point Stone lead and another tee-up timeout called by Eric Mitchell. It is a full timeout, so we'll take it with him. Coverage presented by Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Briggs Lau, 15 in the quarter for the big man, and Stone Memorial has opened this basketball game up. They lead by 14, 51-37 with 1:41 to go in quarter number 3. I'm in the Upper Cumberland Generators broadcast booth. Ella Fox alongside Cameron Hughes producing things for us. Happy to be with you tonight. Championship game upcoming. This the battle for third place in District 7 3A. White County the 4 seed in this tournament. Stone Memorial the 2 seed. As White County has the basketball at the timeout called by Eric Mitchell. Norris gives right side Tucker Pinion. Lines up the 3. Can't hit. Rebound Cordell. And here come the Panthers again. Mayberry's Furniture has extended their President's Day sale through Saturday. Markdowns across the stores, both in Crossville and Cookville. And when you stop in and mention UCR, you get an extra 10% off your purchase. now through Saturday, as a foul will be called on Smith for a hold. That'll be his first, team's third. Again, both in Crossville and Cookeville, the President's Day sale extended through Saturday, so you've got a couple more days to go. Stop in and tell them that UCR sent you. Get an extra 10% off already on the markdown price. Mosley dumps it over to Bowman. His three, good. Stone Memorial cannot miss. Tanner Bowman from downtown, his first triple. It's a quality family three, and Stone is blowing this game open. Adams for three, no. Lau on the rebound. Ahead to Bowman. Wasting no time, Bowman sends it over to Mosley. Evan Mosley says, my turn. Another one. A quality family three for Evan Mosley. It's his fourth of the game. This is an absurd shooting exhibition right now. 27 points in the frame for Stone Memorial. Here's Smith, down 20. It was a 3-point game at halftime. Adams to Pinion. Over to Adams. Adams drives, now back out. Smith looks up towards the scoreboard. But down 20, you just got to go. And Smith traveled. Lau was right there in front. The feet shuffled. Possession back to Stone with 15 and a half to go. It was Briggs Lau with 15 in the quarter, really the engine, but now shooting is contagious. Bowman hit a three. Mosley hit a three. Cordell had 4 early in the frame. Everybody's getting fed as Potter gives to Bowman. Open again for three. That one's no good. Rebound. Norris has it. 4 seconds ahead to Sims. Sims with 1 to shoot. Pulls up. This would count, but it's short. And Stone Memorial has broken this third-place game wide open. 57-37, 1 frame to go. Coverage presented by Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Stone Memorial breaks it open in the third quarter. They lead 57-37 as they outscored their opponents 27-10 in the frame. Tucker Pinion trying to claw back into it as he reigns home the quality family three on the opening possession of quarter number 4. As we'll give you some score updates on the Nick's Restaurant scoreboard. 42-all between Cookeville and Coffee County in an important third-place game there. Tanner Bowman inbound from the baseline here for Stone. He gets it to Potter, now back to Caden Page. Page gives over, now in Potter. 3 ball on the way, and good. Charlie Van Winkle has his second quality family 3. Stone Memorial cannot miss from long range right now. On the other side, Carpenter's 3 can't hit. Haney has the rebound, and he traveled. Lost his balance on his way back, and before the dribble went down, took 1 too many steps. It'll stay on this end with White County. Pinion inbounds to Sims. He'll give back Smith, now over to Pinion. Twisting 3, tough shot, can't get it to go. Rebound fought for, and we'll have a tie-up between Steele and Potter. The arrow belongs to Stone. Panthers regain possession, leading 60-40. Again, they'll find out their opponent later on tonight. Macon County and DeKalb County in the District 8 3A championship. As that pass is tipped, Steele tipped it. Pinion comes away. Now Tucker drives. Right-hand lay, won't go, popped out. Haney on the rebound. Haney sends it to Caden Page. Page in transition, and a foul away from the ball as Steele and Haney got tied up. And they'll get Hunter Haney for an offensive foul behind the play. That's the second on Haney. .6:43 to go. Stone leads 60-40. Don't forget, our championship game is upcoming. It pits Upperman and Cumberland County against each other. How about the job Christian Goodwin has done in his second year? A Cumberland County team that brought back nearly everybody. They're going to take their crack at their defending champs. As there's an errant pass, there's a fight for it, and it'll be a foul on Van Winkle, I think. Him and Carpenter were tied up. Van Winkle had a push, and it does go on Charlie Van Winkle. It's a good call. It's his first. And Van Winkle had a hold of Carpenter going down the floor. 60-40. 6:34 to go in regulation. If Sparta's going to have a chance, they got to get hot from long range, and they got to do it now. Smith off of screen left side. Hands off Pinion. Pinion to Carpenter. Back to Pinion. Tucker gives right side to Steele. Steele turns, loses handle. Caden Page has the steal. Now here's Bowman into the front court. Ahead it goes. Briggs Lau off the floor with 23 points. If Jess Raby can keep him fresh, not risk him at all, that would be a net positive. Jack Cordell out as well. So we'll see if Stone can maintain this margin where they don't have to go back to those two in this game. Van Winkle on the drive. You also wonder if this margin continues, how long it'll be before Cole Sims and Tucker Pinion leave this floor. Haney back to Page. Page spinning fadeaway. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound tipped. And they'll say it was last touched by Sparta, so it stays with the Panthers. 5:38 to go in regulation. Inbound goes to Page. Sparta in his zone, now back left side. They'll fire it over to Van Winkle. He loses handle on it, and they'll say it was tipped out by Smith, so it stays with Stone. Stick around post game. Ella will be joined by the winning coach. We'll go through the scoring, have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game on the Livingston Regional Hospital post-game show. Here's the drive inside, now bounce back out to Page. Page slices, fires it, went off of Pinion's head, and it somehow ended with Potter. 3 ball on the way for Page, no, rebound loose. Steele has it, and here comes Mason Steele. Weird play there. Steele has it poked, but a foul. Bowman reached in. That is Bowman's third, team's third. 5:10 to go in the ball game. Sparta basketball trailing by 20. Carpenter gives over to Smith. Smith now to Pinion. Doesn't need much space, but can't hit that time. Rebound tipped out. Van Winkle runs it down for the Panthers. Van Winkle bounces back to Page. And now we will have a whistle and a timeout by Jess Raby as that 10-second clock was ticking. It's a full tee-up timeout. We'll take it with them. 20-point game, 4:54 to go in this consolation round, presented by Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR.
Stone maintains a comfortable advantage. 4:54 to go in regulation. It's 60-40. Noah McKay joined by Ella Fox, Cameron Hughes alongside. Happy to be along with you this evening. Thanks for joining us. Championship game to come. That'll be in the same broadcast if you're on Facebook or YouTube. It'll be on a new one on NFHS Network. As Hunter Haney will inbound from the baseline here for the Panthers. They're just trying to handle their business now. Briggs Lau did check back in. We wondered if we would see him. We do. Sparta in a full court press as Page gives to Lau. Lau beats the 10-second clock in the front court. Lau drives, floats and hits. Briggs Lau with 25 points, putting on a show here in this consolation game. Here's Pinion. He'll give back over to Carpenter. He lines up the three. Can't hit. Rebound. Wrestled away by Steele. Steele's put back, and he's fouled. Briggs Lau commits the personal. It'll be his third. Mason Steele to the line, and Hunter Haney a bit hobbled, and that's what you don't want to see, as Jack Cordell will go to the table. A 22-point game with 4:26 to go. You do not want one of your key players or anybody getting injured or even dinged up. You'll have a few days away from the floor. The opening round of the Region 4 3A tournament will be Saturday. Both these teams will be on the road on Saturday night at either Macon County or DeKalb County. Steele can't hit either free throw. Rebound Lau. He's working on a double-double tonight. He'll fire it ahead to Jack Cordell. Cordell over to Potter. Noah Potter back out to Caden Page. Now right side Van Winkle. He'll line up the three. Can't hit. Rebound. Potter tips it to himself. Back to Briggs Lau. Shot fake for Lau. Now left side Page. Back out to Lau. Midway through the fourth quarter, the lead has ballooned by two more since the start of this frame. Cordell, double teamed, able to jump it back over to Van Winkle. He lines up the three and rains it through. Charlie Van Winkle with his third quality family three of the game. Now pass back. Long three for Pinion is good. Tucker Pinion with a quality family three. It's his fourth. 65-43 with 3:35 to go in regulation. Here's Page. Page back to Lau. Lau lost it off his foot. Possession back the other way to White County. 3:26 to play. It's a 22-point gap. An impressive second half. This was a 3-point game at halftime. Sparta led early in the second quarter, but Stone got hot. Briggs Lau went nuclear as Steele has it, weaving through traffic, goes up and banks it in. Mason Steele now has 10 points. He goes into double figures. 20-point game with 3:09 to go. Page has it, fires a pass tip. Cordell has it knocked away by Steele. They're fighting for it. There'll be a tie-up, and the arrow belongs to White County. 65-45, 3:02 to go in the ball game. Cole Sims to bring it up. I'm a little surprised that these guys are still out there at this point. Left side Norris, back to Sims. He'll kick over Pinion, lines it up out of the corner, can't hit, rebound. Norris had it for a moment, wrestled away, diving on the hardwood for it. We'll have a jump. This time the arrow goes back the other way towards Stone Memorial. 65-45. Caden Page with it. Gives to Lau, back to Page. Page went through the legs of Cordell. Smith has it here. Smith off the turnover. Euro step. Right hand lay. Spun around, no good. And then a foul. Smith going to be called for his second. It's the team's first. 2:27 to go in regulation. Probably going to get the championship game started a little bit ahead of schedule, with a 15-minute gap between games. And I think everybody's all right with that, as Page sends it ahead to Cordell. Now back out. Van Winkle on the drive. Another turnover. Stone giving it away, but their defense has kept the lead right where it is. Ahead here, Sims. Sims spins against Potter, throws it up and banks it through. Cole Sims has 16 as we head to 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Page to Lau. Back to Page. Back and forth. Potter has it. Jackson Bryson to the table for Coach Raby. Now Cordell. Back to Van Winkle. Van Winkle off a screen. Drives baseline. Puts it up. We'll see if this is two free throws or just an inbound here. The foul is on Tucker Pinion, and it will be two free throws for Charlie Van Winkle at the Real Estate Collective free throw line. Van Winkle takes his time. It can't hit the front end. Next one for Van Winkle, spins out, no good. Here comes Tucker Pinion. Pinion gives back to Sims. Sims drives inside to deliberate take. Can't get it to go. The foul goes on Darville, who's in as the bench begins to empty for both teams. And Cole Sims will go to the Rico free throw line for two. 1:25 to play. Stone Memorial cruising towards the 3 seed out of this district tournament. They'll be a dangerous 3 seed, no doubt about it. Sims hits the first. And everybody's day is done for White County. Sims will be after this free throw if he makes it, as Lex Winfrey's at the table for him. Looks like starters are done as well for Jess Raby. Sims' second one is good, and his day ends at 18 points. Caden Page to bring it up here, 1:24 to go. This one all over but the final, a 16-point lead for the Panthers. Adams will step up as Page was content, I think, to dribble it for a minute and 15 seconds. Now it gives back to Darville. He'll toss it over to Reeves. Now Bryson back out to Potter. Over to Clay Reeves. 1 minute to play tonight here in this consolation game. Potter has it. Back out again. Our thanks to Mayberry's Furniture being the presenting sponsor of this ball game. President's Day sale extended through Saturday. Markdowns all across both stores in Crossville and Cookville as Page kicks out. 3 ball on the way. That one's no good. You mentioned UCR, you get an additional 10% off as well. Here's Davion Baird. Baird sends it over to Adams. 30 seconds to go tonight. Walker now with it. Walker. Back to Baird. Baird has it poked free. Potter comes away. Now Page. Page will watch the clock expire as the Stone Memorial Panthers take third place in the District 7 3A tournament. Final score tonight, Stone Memorial 65, White County 49. We welcome you into the Livingston Regional Hospital post-game show. Scoring from this game is as follows, and then we'll be joined by Coach Raby. 25 points for Briggs Lau leads the way, 16 for Evan Mosley, 9 for Charlie Van Winkle, and we'll go down the line. 2 for Caden Page, 3 for Tanner Bowman, 6 for Hunter Haney, 4 for Jack Cordell, for a team total of 65. For the White County Warriors tonight, it was 18 points for Cole Sims, 12 for Tucker Pinion, 10 for Mason Steele, 6 for Lucas Smith, and 3 for Colt Norris. White County will take on the District 8 3A tournament champions. Stone will travel to the runner-up, as Ella will try and get the attention of Coach Raby before he heads to the sideline, and we will go down to Ella with the head coach of the Panthers. Go ahead, Ella. Take it away when you're ready.
Coach, what are your thoughts from tonight's game?
Well, you know, we had moments of a lack of energy, and then it got sloppy there at the end. I like, though, in the second half, we really came out moving the ball. We got some open shots. We hit some open shots. We got to learn to play with the same intensity when shots aren't falling, when the offense isn't necessarily executing as well. And so we've got to learn from that, hopefully get some energy, and get ready for our next game.
Thank you, Coach. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Noah.
Thanks, Ella. Jess Raby and the victorious Stone Memorial Panthers tonight. We'll keep an eye on that game. Macon County and DeKalb County, the District 8 3A tournament championship game. Well, that will do it for our first game tonight. Our next one, championship game, District 7 3A. The Cumberland County Jets taking on the Upperman Bees. They put 20 minutes on the clock, so we'll be back in about 15 minutes with a Crouch Team with Holland's Elite Real Estate pregame show. Again, the District 7 3A championship on the other side. That'll be in a new link on NFHS. Same broadcast if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. Stone Memorial takes third place out of this district tournament. Final score, Panthers 65, Warriors 49. Much more to come from Cookeville. Don't go anywhere. It's time for a championship fight. The District 7 3A Boys Tournament Championship game between the Cumberland County Jets and the reigning Class 3A state champion, Upperman Bees. I'm Noah McKay, back on the call here in the Upper Cumberland Generators broadcast booth, joined by Ella Fox, Cameron Hughes producing things for us tonight. And we welcome you into the Crouch Team of Howland's Late Real Estate pregame show. Upperman, 25-5, winners of 7 consecutive games, have not lost to a district opponent since January 5th, 2024. That is 782 days in their way of another district championship. The Cumberland County Jets under head coach Christian Goodwin with a 19-9 overall record. This is their first appearance in a district championship game since 2021, trying to win their first district title since 2018. Ella Fox caught up with both these head coaches. Ella, what do they have to say before this championship fight?
Well, Coach Goodwin said with playing the number 1 team in the state, his team needs to worry about themselves and control what they can control. And feel like that when they're at their best, they are a really good team. Now, Bobby McWilliams wants to see his team get settled into the game quickly. He knows there's going to be some nerves quickly going into it, but he wants them to shake those off because he knows it's a district championship and he knows what his team's playing for.
Upperman has been playing at an elite level in this 7-game win streak. They destroyed White County on Saturday, 84-38. It's on the back of Mr. Basketball Ty Cobb, averaging 30 a night. But it is not just Ty Cobb. The supporting cast, Colton Johnson, been going over a double-double pretty much every game. Joseph Maynard playing his best basketball as a B. So are Jack Torrance and Collier Bush, and they're getting depth minutes out of Carmine Phillips, Finn Sissom, and Lofton Crouch. But on the other side, how about these Cumberland County Jets? They returned nearly everybody from last year's team. They returned their first-year head coach from a year ago, Christian Goodwin, and they have turned the tide, been ranked top 10 in the state a lot of this season, been ranked in the UC top 5 a lot this season. They entered as the 3 seed. They were 0-2 in the regular season against Stone Memorial. They defeated Stone Memorial 49-47 to get here. They are led by their senior, Saul Sitton. What a year he has had. Second team all Upper Cumberland and a host of shooters. This is a team that can shoot the lights out of the building, but it is a series that has been dominated by the Bees from Baxter. 9 straight wins by Upperman against Cumberland County. It has been 1,482 days since Cumberland County defeated Upperman. They hope tonight is the night to change that stat. 2 regular season meetings went 2 different ways. Upperman won them both. The first meeting, though, in Crossville, 48-36. We saw Cumberland County uncharacteristically go very slow in that game. Took the air of the basketball. Minute-long possession, 2-minute-long possession, 3-minute-long possessions. It shortened the game, but they never really threatened to win the game. They decided to go with their standard up-and-down style in the second game, and Upperman made them pay. It was a dominant 69-44 victory for the Bees in Baxter. We'll see which way Coach Goodwin goes tonight against Ty Cobb and the Bees. Let's get to the Southwell Auto Clinic starting lineups in this game. First, for the Cumberland County Jets under head coach Christian Goodwin with a record of 19 victories and 9 losses. They're the 3 seed in this tournament. Starting for the Jets tonight, number 5, Jake Christopher. Number 11, Andrew Dennis. Number 13, Schaefer Sitton. Number 23, Saul Sitton. And number 25, Tristan Futrell. Their opponents tonight, the Upperman Bees under head coach Bobby McWilliams with a record of 25 victories and 5 losses. Starting for the Bees tonight, number 0, Mr. Basketball, Ty Cobb. Number 1, Joseph Maynard. Number 2, Jack Torrance. Number 22, Collier Bush. And number 24, Colton Johnson. Starters again for the Jets, Christopher, Dennis, Sitton, and Futrell. For the Bees, it's Cobb, Maynard, Torrance, Bush, and Johnson. Let us know in the comment section who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for in this ball game tonight, as Upperman takes on Cumberland County for a district title. The other matchup, the 3rd place game, Watertown and Murfreesboro Central Magnet. Both these teams will host on Saturday night. The question is who, and we are waiting on a score from that game between Watertown and Central Magnet. Once we have it, we'll let you know what happened in that 3rd place game. Upperman, the home team, in their home white uniforms, white shorts, gold numbers on the front and the back, outlined in black trim with that black U logo across the front. Cumberland County in their road, powder blue uniforms and shorts, black numbers and letters outlined in gold trim with Jets in gold across the front. Happy to be along with you tonight live on the main UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the NFHS Network. wherever you're watching. We hope you enjoy the show as our lead official says we're ready to go. Walks in, throws it up. We are underway. Let's get it on in this championship game. Saul sitting with it here. He gives to Schaefer sitting into Saul. Saul bounces it baseline to Christopher. Outlet feed, Schaefer sitting. He can shoot the lights out. Misses this one. Rebound Colton Johnson. And here come the Bees. Went out in front 16-0 against White County and never looked back in a chippy affair on Saturday. Cobb has it here for Upperman. He'll send it right side to Jack Torrance. Torrance back to Cobb. Cobb off a screen, drives inside, floats but can't hit. Rebound down Jake Christopher. And here comes Cumberland County. Both teams empty on their first possession. Sitton sends right side to Schaefer Sitton. Schaefer back left side. Dennis, he'll dump it into Saul. Saul with a no-look feed to Futrell. Back out Schaefer. Schaefer to Saul. Saul turns, one dribble, dumps it off Christopher. His lay no, blocked by Cobb. And the player of the year in the Upper Cumberland and the defensive player of the year makes his presence felt. Torrance back to Maynard. Maynard hands off to Jack Torrance. Now Bush. Right side Maynard. Back to Johnson. Still scoreless, a minute 15 in. Torrance off a screen, gives back to Johnson. Johnson hands to Cobb. Thought about it, instead puts it down. He'll barrel in, now slams the brakes. Puts the shot up and he's fouled. Ty Cobb will make his first of several trips to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line as Jake Christopher picks up his first. Ty Cobb at the line for two. His first is good. Scoring underway here, and it comes from a over 2,400 point score. He's the all-time leading scorer in Upperman history. Just a junior. He goes 2 for 2. 6:35 to go in the opening quarter. Cumberland County trying to turn this into a four-quarter fight. That starts now. Tristan Futrell with it. Bush harassing defensively. Upperman stretching out their 2-3. Futrell bounces it across Christopher again. May have been partially blocked. Johnson has the rebound, and here comes Cobb. Cobb walks up towards Sitton, picks up. Now dumps it over to Maynard. Back to Cobb. Again on the drive. This time kicks into the corner for Torrance. Torrance tosses it over. Maynard able to leap up at 6'5" and keep that in bounds. Johnson back to Bush. Off a screen. Bush finds Torrance. Little space for Torrance. Can't hit. Long rebound. Futrell has it for the Jets. Trailing 2-0 with the basketball. 2 minutes in. We saw Stone Memorial win, and by the way, Briggs Lau, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game in our third place game. What a performance for him. They are the 3 seed, Sparta the 4. Schaefer Sitton, fall away 3. No, Colton Johnson already has 3 rebounds. Ty Cobb looks back towards Bobby McWilliams and gets the play call. Cobb in the mid-range, pulls up, can't hit, pops out, rebound down. Cumberland County trying to capitalize on a slow offensive start for the Bees. They haven't been able to find it on the other end, though, yet. Schaefer Sitton has it here. He'll send left side to Dennis. Ahead to Saul Sitton. Saul into the mid-range, kicks out Futrell. Great shot fake for Futrell. Dumps off Christopher. Christopher back to Saul Sitton. Sitton skips it over to Dennis. Back out. That one intercepted by Bush. Now it's a foot race. Bush and Schaefer Sitton in the front court. Throws it up. No. Rebound fought for. Bush has it. One dribble. Throws it up. And a foul. Collier Bush staying with it, and he will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Sonia Brown is our presenting sponsor again, just like she is for every Upperman postseason game for years. And this will be a 30-second quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. Some score updates on the SK Creations scoreboard. Cookeville steals a win. Walker Redding hit a corner 3 with 18 seconds to go, and the Cookeville boys take the consolation game. That was a big one for them when it comes to region tournament positioning. The Cavs defeat Coffee County 54-53. Clark Range, the Buffaloes defeated Clay County 68-52 in that single A consolation. The championship game over on UCR2. Craig Cantrell has your action as Pickett County takes on Jackson County. Meanwhile here, it will be Collier Bush to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2. Bush flies and can't hit. There's a lid on the hoop right now for Upperman. as Collier Bush trying to break the seal. He does as he hits the second. Carmine Phillips in for Bush. And now ahead, here comes Christopher. Christopher dumps it over to Andrew Dennis. Dennis gives back Saul Sitton. Saul, left side Futrell. Cumberland County looking to find something, go through the twine. Saul Sitton has it, contorts, nearly intercepted. He'll kick out to Dennis. Open three. Is this the one? It is. Andrew Dennis from long range, and we're tied up at 3. Both teams slow to start offensively. Cumberland County quite all right with that. Carmine Phillips has it, gives over to Ty Cobb. Cobb has been really good against the Jets. As Johnson turns, puts it up and in. Colton Johnson with the 2, and Upperman back in front by 2. Saul Sitton dumps it ahead to Christopher. Christopher feels the trap coming, gives over to Futrell. Futrell working against Cobb. The sophomore Tristan Futrell traveled. Foot slid and possession back, and Cobb right there making his presence felt on defense as Reese Davenport checks in for Jake Christopher. Cobb to bring it up here for the Bees. 4:05 to go in the first quarter. It's 5-3 in a championship game. Cobb dumps it into Colton Johnson. Johnson spins, puts it up, can't hit. Rebound tip, fight for it on the hardwood, and there will be a tie-up and a jump. The arrow belongs to Upperman. Physical play, both directions there, and the end result is a jump. Collier Bush to the table. He'll check in. Jack Torrance coming out. 3:53 to go in the opening quarter. It's 5-3. Upperman with a narrow 2-point advantage. Upperman taking a while to get the play call in. It'll be Cobb to inbound from the baseline. He'll fire it over for Finn Sissom. Sissom gives to Bush. Now right side Phillips, back to Cobb. Cobb activates on the drive. In the mid-range, he'll pull up. Fadeaway jumper, no. Johnson has another rebound, and he's fouled on the putback. Colton Johnson is a monster. He will go back to the line, and they will get Andrew Dennis for his first, team's third. Johnson to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. First one for Colton. Rattles home. 3 points so far for Johnson as Lofton Crouch checks in for Carmine Phillips. Jake Christopher in for Reese Davenport. Johnson able to hit both. He goes 2 for 2, and if he gets it rolling at the free throw line, which he did on Saturday, watch out. 7-3, Upperman with a 4-point lead. Christopher back to Futrell. Now over to Dennis. Already has 1-3. Dennis skips it back out Futrell. Now a drive for Futrell. He'll dump it over to Schaefer Sitton. He can absolutely shoot it. Here's Saul Sitton inside. He'll skip it back to Schaefer Sitton, who makes me look smart. Schaefer Sitton rains home the 3. Back to back, or 2 threes rather, for Cumberland County. Make it 7-6. Joseph Maynard to the table for Upperman as Johnson has it. Gives back to Cobb. Looking for the answer. Too strong. Ty Cobb cannot find the stroke here early on. He only has 2 points, both at the free throw line. 7-6, 3 to go in the first quarter. Ahead Christopher. Now over to Schaefer Sitton. He'll dump it to Tristan Futrell. Wide open, and the Jets lead. 3 triples already for Cumberland County. Tristan Futrell with the corner tray, and it's 9-7 for the Jets, who are building some belief on that sideline. Here's Cobb, right side to Bush. Now Johnson, Upperman looking for an answer. Early punch thrown by the Jets. Here is Sissom. Now to Bush. Back Crouch. Crouch to Bush. Johnson now. Colton surveys. Back to Bush. Time ticking away. Left side, Crouch. Crouch picks up. He'll go to Sissom. Now Ty Cobb. Fires into Johnson. Big matchup for Christopher. He has a great job that time. Johnson's tip won't go. Rebound loose, and Bush comes away. Collier Bush, what a Euro step. Finger roll good. First row highlight goes for CB, and it's 9-9, 1:50 to go in the first. We're going to get to places with the voice that we didn't know existed tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but we got a couple of days off from the floor, so we're going to grind it out. Christopher goes left side, Futrell. Tiptoes, great play by Futrell. Threw it off of Cobb, and it'll stay with the Jets. Maynard and Torrance in. Sism and Cobb checking out. Cobb getting his final minute breather on defense. Most first quarters. It's been a good one for Cumberland County, all tied up at 9 with the number 1 ranked team in the state. They've gone wire to wire for the second straight year, and now we will have a foul on Collier Bush. Interesting. I wasn't looking at Bush, I was looking at the play. So Collier Bush got called for a personal, his first, team's first. Saul sitting to inbound here from the baseline. He sends it out to Jake Christopher. Christopher hands off. Collision, we play on. Now Christopher able to jump it over Dennis. He'll line up the 3. Why not? Can't hit though. Crouch on the rebound. Upperman trying to regain the advantage. Here's Lofton Crouch to Maynard. Now Torrance. Back to Maynard. Maynard surveys, finds Crouch. Thought about the triple, instead goes to work. Crouch to Maynard. Maynard skip back Crouch. Right side, Collier Bush. Here comes the defender, Futrell, and he commits a foul. And it looked like that's what he was told to do, Tristan Futrell. But that's his second. Not sure if that's what you want, but either way, Cobb back to the table. That gets Cobb back in as well. It's a very interesting play there. And they'll say Caleb Hahn didn't quite make it to the table, so they send him back. Now he can check in for Futrell. 52.7 to go in the first quarter. Ty Cobb with it here back in. Gives over to Torrance. Cumberland County trying to continue what's been a great season. This would definitely be the hallmark if they could win this game and set themselves up nicely. They already have. The next time these two teams could possibly play would be in the region championship game, and both will be going to sub-state as Cobb sends over to Torrance. Corner 3. No. Rebound. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it's going to be a foul on Johnson. He'll be called for a hold. That was a physical play all the way around. Somebody was going to get called for a foul. Finn Sism in for Colton Johnson. That's the team's second. 29.5 for Cumberland County. Saul sitting. We just got a visitor up here. Scared the daylights out of me. I was not expecting for a little face to be right on my right. That was trippy. Saul sitting has it here. 14 seconds. And that's going to be a 5-second violation. Collier Bush has had his hand right out on Sitton. Christian Goodwin livid. Not about the call, but about the fact that it wasn't moved. The ball wasn't moved. 12.7 seconds. All tied up at 9 still. Cobb into the front court. Gives over to Torrance. Now back to Cobb. Cobb activates baseline, drives, floats, and hits. Ty Cobb with his first field goal gives Upperman the lead after 1 here at Cookeville High School. It's Upperman 11, Cumberland County 9. This is the District 7 3A Tournament Championship presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
11-9 our score. Upperman with a 2-point lead at the end of 1 here in the District 7 3A Tournament Championship game presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 triples in the quarter for Cumberland County. Ty Cobb just had 1 field goal at the end of the frame, 4 total points. That's the script you want if you're a Jets fan. Here's Andrew Dennis. Dennis gives back to Saul Sitton. Sitton against Bush, starts to drive. He'll dump it over to Dennis. He started the scoring for the Jets. Can't add on here, though, as Bush has the rebound, and here come the Bees. Ahead Maynard, now over to Jack Torrance. Torrance sends to Johnson, now back to him. Torrance off a screen into the mid-range, picks up, sends it back to Joseph Maynard. Now Torrance again. Skips it over to Ty Cobb. Saul Sitton there, he goes into Colton Johnson. Christopher leans in, Johnson turns and misses. Jake Christopher's doing a nice job inside early on defensively. They need him to. He's the biggest size that Christian Goodwin has to deploy. Here's Christopher. Back out, Dennis. Now Christopher. Fires over to Sitton. Schaefer lines it up out of the corner, can't hit. He doesn't need much space, but that one comes down, and here's Cobb again. Upperman is ice cold from the field. Cobb drives, now falls away, and another miss inside. That one knocked out of play, and it'll stay with Upperman. Carmine Phillips checking in for Jack Torrance. 6:46 to go in the second quarter, 11-9 the score. The Jets getting it done on the defensive end. Bush inbounds right to Cobb, puts it up, and he's fouled. Saul Sitton called for the personal. That is his first, team's first, and Ty Cobb returns to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2. A little bit livelier of an atmosphere. I wouldn't call it raucous yet. That could change, especially if this close game continues. As Cobb rattles home the first free throw, he's now 3 for 3. 85% at the line this year. Every stat you want to pick, he's elite at it. And there's your announcer jinx for the evening. Sorry, Upperman fans. 12-9. Here comes Jake Christopher as he drives in. Now sends it back to Saul Sitton. Saul. Maynard in front. Now right side, Schaefer sitting. Gives over to Jake Christopher. Christopher skips it back. Dennis. He'll line it up the 3. Can't hit again. Rebound loose. Great box out by Bush. And it goes to Maynard. Maynard right side to Ty Cobb. Cobb in the front court. Fires it to Bush. Bush on the drive inside. Throws it up wildly. Can't hit. Johnson muscles the rebound over to Maynard. He rises up. Can't hit again. Upperman shooting about 3% from the floor so far. Another miss. Another rebound and a foul as Jake Christopher bodying in with Colton Johnson. And they'll get Christopher on the personal. Upperman has missed 92 shots in the lane so far in this game. They've been very well contested by Cumberland County. Cobb inbounds to Johnson. Now fires it out Phillips. Back to Cobb. Sizes up his man. Ty goes to work. Triple team. Throws it up. Another miss. Another rebound. Colton Johnson puts it up. And another miss, but a foul. Colton Johnson to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Reese Davenport called for his second. It's the team's third. Right now, the only reason Upperman continues to have the basketball is Big 24 inside doing work on the glass. All these shots have been contested, but Upperman missing them as well as Johnson hits the front end of 2. Subs everywhere. Torrance and Crouch in. Futrell in as well. Cobb going to get a breather. He's been getting a little frustrated inside. Feels like he's not getting the whistle. As Johnson's next free throw is good. He goes 2 for 2 again. Now 4 for 4 tonight for Colton Johnson. Futrell with it. For the Jets, now trailing by 5. Want to keep this thing close as Futrell lost handle. Lofton Crouch with great defense. Possession back to Upperman as Cobb goes to the table, and so does Asher Mifflin. Cobb with it here for the Bees. And he will wait. Works the screen left. Going to line up the 3. Watch out. Ty Cobb for the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. It's his first triple of the game, and Upperman's lead is 8 out of nowhere. Christopher back to Saul Sitton. Sitton with it. Working on Carmine Phillips. Has a step. Saul goes all the way down the baseline into the other corner. Back out to Andrew Dennis. Dennis working on Crouch. Clears him out. Now spins it over right side. Mifflin into the low block. Mifflin. Back out. Dennis finds Saul sitting. Saul away from a Christopher screen. Now a drive for Saul. Now Johnson picks him up. Double team arise. Reverses to an open Asher Mifflin. Mifflin jumps in to the free throw line. Now back out. A drive in for Saul sitting. Keeps his footing as he falls back. Sends it over. Christopher going to line up the three. Why not? Can't hit. Cumberland County's gone cold. Upperman looking to capitalize. Here's Cobb into the front court. Cobb off the left wing. He'll drive baseline and lays it in and one. Ty Cobb getting rolling here in the championship game of this tournament. Christopher picks up his third. That is a big one because he's relied on inside. And Ty Cobb to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for one more. Cobb is frustrated, but he has 10 points with still 4:23 to go in the second. And Upperman opens the frame on a 8-0 run. And he hits. Ty Cobb doing Ty Cobb things here in Central Putnam County. What do the Jets have for an answer? They need a bucket. Haven't scored yet in the quarter. Mifflin wide open. There it is. Asher Mifflin from downtown. Every point for Cumberland County has come behind the arc. And that will bring us to a full quick cash pawn timeout by the Jets. We'll take it with them. 4:06 to go in the second quarter. Coverage presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Asher Mifflin ends an Upperman run that stretched 10 consecutive points. It's now 20-12. Cumberland County has 4 made threes in the game. Haven't really attempted many shots inside the arc so far. Noah McKay, joined by Ella Fox, Cameron Hughes producing. Happy to be along with you for a District 7 3A championship game. What a fun district season this has been. Of course, maybe not the last time district foes play each other, as they will face off potentially in the Region 4 3A tournament. Ty Cobb to bring it up here for the Bees. He has really found his stride. Cobb across the timeline sends it over to Jack Torrance. Into Joseph Maynard. You knew they weren't going to stay cold for long. The question is, can Cumberland County heat up to keep pace? Cobb dumps over to Maynard. Wide open three. No. Another rebound for Colton Johnson, who again is on double-double watch. Back out Torrance. He'll give to Johnson. Back to Torrance. Lines up the tray. No. Another miss. Everybody besides Ty Cobb is ice cold for the Bees. Cumberland County with the basketball. Saul Sitton brings it up. 3.5 to go in the second. It's 20-12. Handoff out of bounds. Schaefer Sitton couldn't grab it. The Jets fans want a foul. I mentioned earlier they've allowed it to be very physical on both ends, but a lot of plays inside that haven't been called. I'm fine with it as long as it's both ways. And now I think we may have a little whistle and a warning. And they will be told to sit down. Cobb going to bring it up here with 3:23 to go in the second quarter. They'll give it back to Collier Bush. Now right side Torrance. All of a sudden it's getting a little intense. It's a championship game. It should be. Johnson drives and puts it in. Grown man basketball by Colton Johnson. 22-12. 3:05 to go in the first half. Saul Sitton with it. Sitton loses handle, goes out of bounds, and it's the third turnover of that variety so far for Cumberland County, just losing it out of play. Ty Cobb commands this offense. Sends it over to Jack Torrance. Back to Cobb. Off a screen, Cobb into the low block. Rises up and hits. Ty Cobb really in control. It's 24-12 with 2:40 to go. Here's Asher Mifflin. Mifflin trying to work, picks up his dribble, hands off Saul Sitton. Sitton, pass fake, now back out. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button on the broadcast, subscribe or follow the page. Now Mifflin turns, puts it up, tough shot, couldn't hit. He had more time, I think, than he realized and just rushed it a little bit. Here's Maynard, gives back to Cobb. Cobb, step back three, Ty Cobb. Agent Zero in his bag. Another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. On the other side, a three won't go. Danger red light blaring for Cumberland County. Here's Cobb. It's heat check time. Off a screen, drives in. Cobb, finger roll, two more. He has 14 in the quarter, 18 in the half. As Dennis hits the hardwood. Away from the play, he's all right. Saul Sitton. Now Maynard tries to swipe and commits the foul. Joseph Maynard called for his first, team's first, as Jake Christopher with 3 fouls will check back in. Right side, Christopher with it here for Cumberland County. Down 17. They've only hit 3 so far. Sitton tries to get one here. It was blocked. Collier Bush got a fingertip on it. Here comes Cobb again. Cobb off a Johnson screen in the mid-range. Shields off the defender. Activates, drives, 2 more. I think he read the comments. Ty Cobb again. 19-point Upperman lead. The Bees starting to roll. Futrell with it. The best player in the state's putting on a show as Maynard tips that one out of bounds. It'll stay with Cumberland County. Carson Dennis checking in for Saul Sitton. Lofton crouched to the table. And Ty Cobb going to get a breather. With 57 seconds to go in the half, Upperman has outscored their opponents 20-3 in the frame. Carson Dennis with it. Dennis picks up, he'll dump it to Futrell. Baseline drive for Tristan Futrell. He'll fire it over right side, Dennis. Dennis on the drive, sends back out Futrell. Pardon me, it's Schaefer Sitton. Schaefer Sitton. Look at Crouch diving on the floor. A foot race. Here comes Torrance all alone for 2 more. The reigning champions are rolling here in Cookeville. 25 seconds to go in the half. It's 33-12. Here's Dennis with it. Trying to find space. Crouch right there. Bounces to Futrell and a foul. Collier Bush laying it all out there. He dove for that. Commits his second, team's third, as Carmine Phillips is to the table. He'll check in. So will Finn Sism. In for Johnson. They flip the switch in this quarter. My goodness. 12.6 here for Carson Dennis. Working against Carmine Phillips. Now they'll give back Schaefer Sitton. 2 to shoot. Schaefer dumps it over to Christopher, and he's fouled. Before the end of the quarter, this is going to be 2 free throws upcoming for Jake Christopher. As the foul was called, they're going to put 0.5 on the clock, I believe, and that is the right call. Finn Sism commits his first, team's third. And it'll be Jake Christopher to the line for 2, trying to become the first non-3-point shooter to score in this game for Cumberland County. Christopher's first is good. That's his first point of the night. Next one is good as well. Christopher goes 2 for 2. 3 on the way for Torrance. Wide right. And that ends 2 quarters of dominance by the Upperman Bees, particularly in the second. Upperman leads 33-14 into the halftime locker room. We will step aside, hear a word from our sponsors, and come back with third quarter action. It's the District 7 3A Tournament Championship game presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. 931-979-7145. That's 931-979-7145. You're watching it all on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this 3-bed, 2-bathroom home in the desirable Poplar Point subdivision in Rickman. This home sits on just under an acre with a 2-car garage and over 1,500 square feet of living space. It's the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality family. Trusted care right where life happens.
Box Drop Cookeville is the easiest way to buy an affordable mattress, specializing in clearance and closeouts directly from the manufacturers. They're able to pass huge savings on to you. Make an appointment to see their warehouse full of selections including big-name hybrid and memory foam alongside traditional springs that are among some of the coolest to touch mattresses on the market. Call Brandon Lane at 931-349-7066 to make your appointment today. Box Drop Cookeville has been proud to serve Cookeville since 2018. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Eminence Eagle Auction Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring multiple lots at Spring Creek Airport near Dale Hollow Lake. Tract 1 features a concrete pad adjoining the airstrip, while Tracts 2 through 5 offer great access and lake views. You can bid on this auction at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends February 26th at 10 a.m. Eminence Eagle Auction Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
SwallowsInsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145.
It's time for an abbreviated Happy Hiller halftime show. Upperman with a dominant second quarter. It was 11-9 at the end of the first, and then Ty Cobb did Ty Cobb things. 16 points in the second quarter, 20 total in the first half for the reigning and runaway favorite to go back-to-back as Mr. Basketball. And right now the favorite in Class 3A showing why they are that way. Still 2 quarters of ball to go, but Cumberland County going to need a very fast start. They had 2 free throws and 4 threes. Nothing else. No 2-point field goals in that first half for the Jets. For the Bees, it was the 20 points for Ty Cobb, 8 for Colton Johnson. He may already have 10 rebounds. He's very close if he doesn't. 4 for Joseph Maynard, 3 for Collier Bush, and 2 for Jack Torrance. On the other side for Cumberland County, a host with 3. Tristan Futrell, Schaefer Sitton, Andrew Dennis, and Asher Mifflin all have 3. 2 for Jake Christopher for a team total of 14. Thanks to Jeremy, we're about to give this score update on the SK Creation scoreboard. Macon County leads DeKalb County 38-30 in the District 7 3A District 8 3A tournament championship. Jeremy, if you happen to know, we have not been able to find a Watertown Murfreesboro Central Magnet score. If anybody could provide that, we'll bring it to everybody because those are the teams that these two will be playing on Saturday night in the first round of the Region 4 3A tournament. You can join us tomorrow. Jacob Vincent and I are going to recap all these tournaments and preview the region tournaments. It's the UCR Basketball Show presented by Fire and Vine at 7 o'clock on the UCR Facebook page. We will also unveil the final UC Top 5 of the season. Ty Cobb has been the best player in the state for 3 years, and he was the best player in the state for the last 16 minutes. What does he have up his sleeve here in the second half? All we know is it's must-see TV. He'll bring it up. Noah McKay, joined by Ella Fox. I'll give him the lovely Cameron Hughes producing things to my right over here with the fancy camera. He gets a new toy to play with tonight. Here's Ty Cobb. Couldn't grab it cleanly, but keeps it in bounds. Cobb puts it behind the back to Colton Johnson. Can't hit, though. Maynard tips the rebound, and Saul Sitton comes away. Johnson a little bit slow getting back down the floor. He looks a little bit hobbled. And people watch that with bated breath as Finn Sism goes to the table. Looked like he banged knees there, and Johnson will make his way off the floor. Finn Sism checking in. Johnson has a couple of words with his coaches as he walks by. Futrell throws up the runner and hits. Tristan Futrell with a mid-range runner. We'll see if Cumberland County can capitalize with Johnson off the floor. 33-16. He's not even going to get looked at by Reagan Lamb, the trainer. He says he's okay, just trying to walk it off. Cobb sends back to Sism. Torrance back to Bush. Right side Maynard. Now Cobb spins away from Saul Sitton. Now drives. Big collision. Shot won't go. Rebound down Christopher. Here comes Schaefer Sitton. Cumberland County trying to claw their way back into it. Needing a fast start. Christopher open. Gives to Schaefer Sitton. He doesn't need that much space. Can't hit it this time. Cobb on the rebound. Cobb sends it right side to Jack Torrance. 3 ball on the way for Torrance. No, great box out and rebound by Dennis. Upperman cold again, just like they were early in the first quarter. It was only 11-9 at the end of that frame. Sitting with it. Dumps it right side for Schaefer Sitton. Schaefer sizing up Cobb. He'll bounce it left side. Dennis now in. Saul Sitton. Outlet feed Futrell. Futrell on the drive and reversal. Saul drives and kicks over to Dennis. Andrew Dennis dumps it ahead to Saul Sitton. Sitton fires pass intercepted. Maynard picks it off. He's got Futrell from behind who knocked it out of his hands. Goes out of play. Possession stays with Upperman. Cobb with the basketball here for the Bees. He checks over towards Bobby McWilliams as Colton Johnson will go to the table. Cobb off a screen, drives in, body-to-body contact. Christopher disrupts, another miss. Very similar to the start of the game. Saul Sitton sends right side to Andrew Dennis. Now Futrell with it. Futrell on the drive, dumps off to a wide-open Jake Christopher who puts it through. Jake Christopher shows the ups. And thank you very much, Jeremy. Watertown defeated Central Magnet 56-52 on the SK Creation scoreboard. As Cobb on the drive, he'll jump it back. That one tipped, it goes to Bush. Jets back within 15, it's 33-18. Cobb on the drive. So that means Central Magnet will come to the winner of this game on Saturday. Watertown will go to the loser of this game. Maynard, mid-range pull-up, it hits. Tough shot for Joseph Maynard in the mid-range. He now has 6, and Upperman's back in front by 17. Christopher gives to Schaefer Sitton. Schaefer with a skip feed to Tristan Futrell. Futrell back to Schaefer Sitton. Futrell again. He'll drive and kick Dennis over to Saul Sitton. Right side. Survey. Schaefer to Saul. Saul shields off the defender, gives back to Schaefer. Now back out Andrew Dennis. Dennis jumped up, put it on the hardwood. Bobby McWilliams can't believe it wasn't a travel. Now a drive. Saul creates space. No, but an offensive rebound. Christopher out to Dennis. His 3 is good. Second chance bucket. Andrew Dennis with his second tray, and Christian Goodwin will burn a 30-second quick cash pawn. Timeout on the floor. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is the presenting sponsor of Upperman postseason athletics all year long. 931-979-7145. That's 931-979-7145. So Sonia Brown can help make your real estate dreams a reality. You can find her on all social medias, of course. Just search Sonia Brown, and she will pop up. Thompson Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, your one-stop shop for our dirt machinery and aerial equipment needs. Located at their new facility at 4314 Academy Road in Cookeville. They're a Caterpillar dealer who rent, sell, service, and provide parts. For rental needs, call Lane at 931-267-6380. And to buy, call Lucas at 979-5050. What I just did is called a live read. We can do that for your business in the region tournament starting on Friday. Send a message to our Facebook page. We'll get you pointing in the right direction. Option starting at $100 a game. You see the audience. In the last 7 days, we have 1 million views. In the last 7 days. Nobody's doing it like we are, as Colton Johnson gives out to Maynard. Send a message to our Facebook page so that audience can see your business. Cobb out of the corner. He'll activate down the baseline. Cobb steps through, and he stepped on the inline. Possession back the other way to Cumberland County. Slow start for Upperman. Can the Jets capitalize and put some pressure on the defending state champions? Futrell gives over to Jake Christopher with a head of steam drive, spins. Colton Johnson back on the floor. That's good news for Upperman after he's a little bit hobbled, grabbing at his knee. Saul Sitton works against Collier Bush, just barrels inside, and a foul will be called on Bush. Big call, third on Collier Bush, the only B with multiple fouls. And now we're going to have a whistle and a discussion. And I think a very calm bench warning issued to both teams. And I think Bobby McWilliams said, I wasn't even talking to you. But warning never hurt anybody. Inbound goes in. Christopher sends left side Dennis. Dennis drives baseline, shoulders on Maynard, steps through, fall away blocked. Maynard with the block. Second chance as it goes back out to Saul Sitton. Sitton crosses on Bush, drives into his chest, puts it up and in. Tough take for Saul Sitton, and a nice start to the quarter for Cumberland County. They have 9-2, their advantage so far in this frame as Johnson gets to the spot, good and one. Colton Johnson with the finish, and he'll go to the line looking to complete the three-point play. Jake Christopher called for his fourth foul. Big call there as Reese Davenport will check in. And when Christopher got into foul trouble, that's when Upperman started to take over because Colton Johnson was having his way inside and Johnson was finishing around the rim. Johnson at the line. First miss from there today. Stick around post-game. Ella will be joined by the winning coach. We'll also bring you the trophy presentation. I guess it's a plaque presentation technically, but you know what I meant. Saul Sitton has it left side. Drives, has a step, throws it over his head. What a finish. Saul Sitton back to back. Nice lays, and it's a 12-point game. Here's Cobb. Power dribble, steps through and lays it in. Borderline unguardable. 22 for Ty Cobb. Upperman's lead is 14 with 3 to go in the third. Cumberland County making it interesting here. Reese Davenport gives to Dennis. He lines it up. Can't hit, and it goes over the backboard. Possession back to the Bees. Cobb going to bring it up here. We almost had a disaster up here on the table. Ella would not be able to hear anymore. As Cobb going to bring it up. Johnson sets him a screen. He'll fire it over to Maynard. Maynard back out to Lofton Crouch. Back to Maynard. Now Bush to Johnson. Cobb wants it and has it. Activates with a step. Cobb barrels in and a foul. 2 free throws upcoming for Ty Cobb. The block was clean up top, but there was a lot of contact into the body. Reese Davenport picks up his second. Cobb to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2. First one for Cobb is through. Long discussion as Cobb trying to figure out something with Bobby McWilliams. And he goes 2 for 2. Agent Zero has 24 points. He's approaching his season average, 30 a night. Liberty University getting the 4-star guard in a couple of years. Here's Saul Sitton. He spins again. Sitton's in his bag. Dennis over, feed, 3, good. Schaefer Sitton from downtown. It's his second 3, and it's a 13-point game again. Cumberland County hanging around. They need a little run. They got a problem, though. It's number 0. He falls away, puts it up, can't hit. Rebound down, Schaefer Sitton. Here they come. Can they capitalize? Schaefer into the front court. Crosses and drives. He fires it out a little bit off the mark. Dennis able to grab. Here's Davenport. He'll hand Schaefer sitting. Now back. Schaefer rises up. Blocked again by Torrance. Cobb outlet feed to Maynard. Maynard step through. Right hand lane. No. Gets his own rebound. Put back too strong. Punched around. Now Saul Sitton brings it ahead. Here's Futrell in the front court. Futrell gives back Davenport. Back to Futrell. He lines up the three. Can't hit. They need 1-3 to really whip their crowd into a frenzy, and now we will have a timeout called by Bobby McWilliams. It is a full quick cash pawn timeout on the floor, and we will take it with them. Coverage presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Cumberland County hanging tough, but Upperman on the back of Ty Cobb, who has 24 points, leads 41-28. And as you saw last year, come tournament time, if things aren't going right for the Bees, it's going to be number 0, get out of the way. And that has been that sort of game for Upperman this evening. And for Cumberland County, they're going to figure out a way to slow him down if they want to put together a dramatic comeback. It was an animated huddle led by Bobby McWilliams, who's now over 650 career victories. Got win number 600 in the opener last year. Won a state championship, their first under his tutelage. And now the number 1 ranked team in the state again with an opportunity to go back-to-back in the district. Trying to go back-to-back statewide. Sism gives right side to Cobb. Now into Colton Johnson. He puts it up and in. Quick strike for Colton Johnson. He has 12. The two-man game working again for Upperman. They're back in front by 15. Under a minute to go in the frame. Here's Futrell. He'll drive. Gives back now Saul Sitton. Sitton steps back with space, finds Dennis. Andrew Dennis walks up to Collier Bush. Upperman's played a lot of man-to-man tonight. They've not gone into their 2-3, respecting the shooters that Cumberland County has. Nice little dump off to Davenport, who lays it in. Reese Davenport, little head fake. He took off and was all alone for the lay-in. 43-30 with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Ty Cobb looks content to run this thing down. And Cumberland County content to let him. 13 seconds and counting to go. Johnson back to Cobb. He'll activate down the baseline, wrapped up. He has an argument for an intentional there. Saul Sitton wrapped him. Cobb wants it to be a shooting foul. We'll see what they rule. This is going to go on Saul Sitton. And they're going to call it on the floor. Sitton picks up his second. He's got to be careful there. There was not a real play on the ball that time as Cobb went by. 3 seconds left for the Bees. Jack Torrance will be the inbounder. Wasn't malicious, but you got to make a play on the ball. Torrance inbounds to Cobb. He skies up and puts it in. Ty Cobb with the exclamation point. He's got 26, and the Bees have a 15-point lead into the fourth and final quarter. It's the District 7 3A Tournament Championship presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
Fourth and final quarter of the District 7 3A boys tournament. Upperman leads 45-30 over Cumberland County. The Jets looking for a run and a little bit of magic as Schaefer Sitton has it here. Schaefer Sitton on the drive, finger roll, can't hit. Colton Johnson has another rebound. He certainly has another double-double. Here's Cobb in transition ahead to Phillips. He dumps to Maynard. Maynard back to Johnson. He shoulders in. There's a tie-up, and that'll be a jump. Good job defensively by Cumberland County. It'll stay on this end with Upperman. Upperman has won 3 straight district tournaments, looking to make it 4 if they can hang on in this one. Cumberland County is absolutely on the right track with Christian Goodwin, and they have a very good path. Even with a loss today, they wouldn't have to see this Upperman team again until a region championship game. Cobb on the drive, goes baseline, fires it. Futrell with a nice tip. It'll stay on this end with 7:18 to go. Ty Cobb doing it again. He has 26 points through 3 quarters, and he will inbound to Joseph Maynard. What a great job this staff has done. Nathan Brown, the athletic director at Stone Memorial. This has been a well-oiled machine this tournament. A lot of Upperman helping the support at the gate. Derek Jones on PA as there's a turn for Johnson, high off the glass and good. Misty Nash, the official scorekeeper for the tournament. A lot of people go into making these tournaments happen on these neutral floors, and so even the ones I didn't mention, everyone thanks them for making it happen. Makes our life easy as broadcasters, makes these players' lives a little bit easier as Schaefer Sitton lines up the 3 and rings it through. Schaefer Sitton, his 3rd triple of the game, and it's a 14-point game again. Cumberland County just on the peripheral of really making it interesting. Here's Cobb. He gives to Maynard. Maynard over to Colton Johnson. Back, Collier Bush. And they will foul again. It's the second time they've done that with a sub at the table for Tristan Futrell as he goes up and commits his 3rd personal. It'll bring Reese Davenport in, Jack Torrance in as well. 47-33 with 6:19 to go. Maynard for Upperman, gives to Johnson. Back to Torrance. Upperman is in no hurry, leading by 14. It's closing time for the Bees. Bush gives to Cobb. And they're going to wait. At a certain point, Cumberland County is going to have to come guard him. Left side, Torrance. No shot clock. They're not putting it in tonight. Bush into Johnson. He bobbled it, but Cobb says, look what I found. Ty now surveys. Back to Torrance. Now Maynard. Bush. Johnson. Maynard thought about it, passes it up. Clock continues to bleed. Johnson picks up, fires it back to Torrance. Johnson sets a screen. Torrance, step back, mid-range jumper is good. They bleed the clock and it ends with 2. 49-33, 5:18 to go in regulation. Sitton lost it, but it went right to Tristan Futrell. Futrell back over. Fakes the handoff, now a drive in. He'll bounce it back out. Saul Sitton now. If you haven't already, hit that like button on the broadcast. Subscribe or follow the page if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Saul Sitton on the reach around. Commits his 3rd personal. Both these teams hosting on Saturday in the opening round of the Region 4 3A tournament. And then barring a sweep by District 7 3A, it will go to the neutral site, which is Watertown in Wilson County. concept of a sweep is there, especially on the girls' side with the strength of District 7 3A. Left side Cobb. Drives on Sitton, throws up the runner. No, it was a pass to Maynard who puts it in. Joseph Maynard now has 8. Futrell on the drive, open lane, and he is fouled. Counted in 1. Tristan Futrell with the lay. Collier Bush called for his 4th. He looked at his coach and said, I didn't touch him. Tristan Futrell doesn't care. He goes to the line looking for 3 in a 16-point game. Can't hit the freebie. Maynard on the rebound. He'll give to Cobb. Upperman looking for their 8th consecutive win, their 4th straight district tournament title as Cobb floating back, looks up, 51-35. The next 2 games are elimination games, and then you have a little breathing room as Cobb drives, dumps it off to Colton Johnson, who couldn't tomahawk it down. Ahead, here comes Cumberland County. Dennis, swipe, gathers, now kicks it over to Futrell. His 3, no. Rebound again by Colton Johnson. Under 4 minutes to go, and the Bees really have this thing in cruise control now. Cobb, gonna bleed it down. Just backs up. Christian Goodwin says to Saul Sitton, you come up. Off a screen, Cobb drives the lane. Jumps it across to Maynard, who puts it in. 3rd B with double figures is Joseph Maynard. He has 10, joining Cobb and Johnson. Christopher, back out to Saul Sitton. Now Tristan Futrell with it. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate, 931-979-7145. You see it on the screen there. Tell her thank you. She makes it possible for us to be here, especially with this crew. Ella's expensive. She's charging like $500 a game. It's wild. I couldn't believe it. 53-35. Cameron's like $250 a game. Here's Cobb. And I'm free. He drives into the low block. Cobb spins, jumps it back to Torrance. Off of Maynard's screen. Gives back to Cobb. This game is over. 2.5 to go. It's 53-35. And now a foul. Christopher comes out. I don't think Christian Goodwin wanted that. But Jake Christopher called for a personal. That is his 5th. So his day is done. Caleb Hahn will check in. Not exactly the climactic finish that you would want in a district tournament, but honestly, Upperman has dominated this district this year, and that continued in this tournament. A 46-point win over White County, now ahead by 18 against Cumberland County as Cobb going up against Sitton, dumps it off to Johnson and 1. Colton Johnson again. 16 tonight for Big 24. Hahn called for his 1st, team's 4th, and Johnson back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 1 more. And he hits. He's been very good at the line in this tournament. 17 points and a ton of rebounds for Colton Johnson. Futrell, great shot fake. He'll drive, throws the runner up, no, but a foul. 2 free throws upcoming for Tristan Futrell with 2:02 to go. Ty Cobb called for the personal. It's his 1st. First one is good for Futrell. Cumberland County going to be a tough out in the region tournament. They got a chance to go on a run here, trying to put it together. Still a young nucleus of players. They're going to be really good. Cobb ahead, 56-37, 150 to go in the ball game. Back to Torrance, over to Ty Cobb. He'll drive, alley-oop, Johnson put it in. It wasn't exactly how they drew it up, but Johnson gets the 2. Now on the other end, the 3 won't go. Johnson has another rebound. Maynard, back to Johnson. surely you're not going to foul here. Cobb going to bring it up with 90 seconds to go. 5-second clock ticking. Cobb resets it. Hahn steps towards him. Cobb again. Sends it left side to Johnson. Back to Maynard in a foul. And this is going to be 2 free throws. Into the bonus goes Upperman. And Bobby McWilliams is going to empty the bench. Sitton called for his 4th. And it looks like Coach Goodwin may start to match that. As the benches are going to empty here, the outcome no longer in doubt. You want everybody to stay healthy into the region as Johnson back at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. I'll remind you once again, our friends at Mayberry's Furniture have extended their President's Day sale through Saturday. Markdowns across the store in Cookeville and in Crossville. Huge discounts, and if you mention UCR until Saturday, 10% off additionally to your order. Do not miss out on that opportunity. Looks like the bulk of the starters' day is done as Johnson misses the second. Stays 58-37. Futrell has it. Case will foul to get Colton Johnson off the floor as Kingston Mills will check in. So Colton Johnson's day comes to an end with 19 points and 82 rebounds. 1:08 to go. It's 58-37. Futrell with it right side back to Carson Dennis. Now over to Hahn. Caleb Hahn lines up the 3. Can't get it to go. Crouch on the rebound for the Bees. Here comes Lofton Crouch. Starts to drive. Crouch, runner up, tough shot, can't hit. Case with the rebound. Second chance out to block. Now Allen sends it to Crouch. Crouch going to trigger the 3. Can't hit. Rebound. Mills had it swiped away by Dennis, and it goes to Hahn. Get your popcorn ready over on UCR2. All tied up at 47 between Pickett County and Jackson County. Here's a drive underneath lane. No. Mills on the rebound. Ahead to Allen. Drayden Allen with it here for Upperman. See if he bleeds it out. He'll walk up to the 3-point arc. Sends it right side to Kingston Mills. Mills picks up. Back out to Case. Now Crouch. 14 seconds for Lofton Crouch. He will drive. Blocked from behind by Asher Mifflin. And Dawson Mullins checking in with 10.2 seconds to go. Everybody in uniform played tonight for Upperman. Runner thrown up for Drayden Allen. Can't hit. Gets his rebound. The putback is good. Drayden Allen with the exclamation point, and that will do it. The Upperman Bees continue their dominance in District 7 AAA. They win another tournament championship. Final score, Upperman 60, Cumberland County 37. We welcome you into the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store post-game show. Coming up, we will have the trophy presentation. We will also hear from Bobby McWilliams as Ella Fox will catch him, hopefully before the presentation starts, but worst case, we'll do it after. As I mentioned, this is a well-oiled machine. They're quick on it here at Cookeville High School, but Upperman goes 4 consecutive tournament championships in district play. We'll see if they have another opportunity against a district opponent. If that streak is going to continue over 1,000 days, it's 782 days without falling to a 7-3A opponent. As we are moments away, this is the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store post-game show. We appreciate their long-running sponsorship of us here at UCR. And we will get Bobby McWilliams after this trophy presentation, Ella. So they're going to go ahead and do the plaques. And after they do that, we will go down to Ella Fox with Bobby McWilliams. But I would tell her to probably go and to sit right behind where they are because he's going to walk across the floor. We'll open up the open air mic and bring you the all-tournament teams, runner-up plaque, and the championship plaque, which goes back to Baxter. Final score here, Upperman 60, Cumberland County 37.
All-tournament team from White County, Cole Sims. From Stone Memorial, Devin Mosley. From Cumberland County, Schaefer City. From Upperman, Joseph Maynard. From White County, Tucker Penny. From Cumberland County, Consolation.
Let's go down to Bobby McWilliams, who's with Ella Fox.
Coach, what are your thoughts from tonight's game?
I'm just proud of our kids. Thought, like I said earlier before the game, we had to get settled in. Once we did, I think we were good, especially on the defensive end. That's probably the difference in the game was our first half. Second quarter especially, I thought we really got after them and did what we were supposed to do, and then we kind of got going on offense. So just proud of our guys and happy for them.
Thank you, Coach. Congrats on the win.
From Upperman, Colton Johnson. And your District 7-3A MVP, Ty Cobb. One more round of applause for our all-tournament team. And your District 7-3A runner-up, the Cumberland County Jets. And your District 7-3A champions, the Upperman Bees.
There are your District 7 3A tournament champions. It's the regular season champions. They sweep it. The Upperman Bees get it done. They improve to 26-5 on the season, 8 consecutive wins. This is the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store postgame show. They are in overtime over on UCR2, Pickett County and Jackson County. Pickett County trails by 1 with 3:15 to go in overtime. Here, it was all Bees after the first quarter ended, 60-37. Scoring is as follows. First for Cumberland County, who falls to 19-10 on the season, and they will host Watertown on Saturday night in Crossville. Scoring tonight for the Jets, 9 points apiece for Schaefer Sitton and Tristan Futrell. 4 points for Saul Sitton, 6 tonight for Andrew Dennis, 3 for Asher Mifflin, 4 for Jake Christopher, and 2 for Reese Davenport for a team total of 37. For the Upperman Bees, who will host Murfreesboro Central Magnet on Saturday night in Baxter, that will be a broadcast game. Ty Cobb led them with 26 points, 19 for Colton Johnson, 10 for Joseph Maynard, 4 for Jack Torrance, 3 for Collier Bush, and 2 for Drayton Allen for a team total of 60. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Ho-hum, it's Ty Cobb. Once again, Mr. Basketball gets it done. The real shocker, he was the MVP of this tournament again as he continues to mount those up. Colton Johnson, by the way, just dunked it just to show that he does have that. He went over on the right side. He was great as well. A tip of the cap to Colton Johnson, who definitely had a double-double. But Ty Cobb with 26 points. He took over the game in the second quarter, and that was the difference for the Bees. Well, we hope you'll go tune in on UCR2. You probably already have. Overtime between Jackson County and Pickett County. Jackson County with a lead, trying to get their first win over the Bobcats this season. but that one's coming down to the wire. Craig Cantrell and Colin Castleberry have your action there on UCR2. Next up for us, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, the UCR Basketball Show, presented by Fire and Vine. Jacob Vincent and myself will recap all the district tournaments in the Upper Cumberland and preview next week's region tournaments, which begin on Friday. We will have 4 broadcast games on Friday night across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. It's go time for us. And also, don't forget, keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area. Every champion in the Upper Cumberland being updated on our social media pages, pictures, stories, stat lines, and more, all across the network. That'll do it for us tonight. Upperman wins the District 7 3A Tournament Championship. Final score, Upperman 60, Cumberland County 37. I'm Noah McKay for Ella Fox on sidelines, Cameron Hughes on camera, and everybody at UCR. We say so long from Cookeville.